Welcome back to the Random Article Podcast. I'm Bijan, your co-host, joined as always by Madison. How are you doing today,
Your
Madison?
co-host?
My other co-host.
The other co-host.
Thank you for joining on this fine Saturday night.
You are welcome. I kind of thought that I was fired as a co-host for a little bit. So when you asked me to join tonight, I was very happy.
Sometimes life dish comes at you. I went camping, and that's that. I went camping for one weekend, and that took up an entire month of my life.
I mean, like getting ready for it and then unpacking, I guess. I don't know.
And what we're doing here is we're going through every single Wikipedia article ever written. We can go through them randomly, one by one. Let's dive in.
That sounds exhausting. I need a nap.
Let's talk about Steph Dawson. Steph Dawson is an Australian actress.
I was expecting it to be a man.
Steph?
Like
Okay.
Steph Curry.
Right. She portrayed Annie Cresta in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. She also made a cameo in Catching Fire.
I don't remember any of the Hunger Game movies.
I remember them not being good.
I don't remember any of the Hunger Games, but I can tell you what happened in any of the Twilight books, so.
Basically the same thing.
I mean, weren't they?
Yeah, it's like something incredible and violent and wild is happening, but we don't care about that. Let's just talk about teen romance.
Yeah. Well, what was violent in Twilight? That the vampires were eating people?
Yeah, they're like killing people.
No, the good ones weren't. Just the bad ones were.
There were a bad one, and then there's like wolf people.
Werewolves?
Well, I wouldn't say werewolves, because it's not the moon that changes them, right? They just do it.
But they were called werewolves. So I
Well,
would say werewolves.
all right. You know, let's not get into all the cultural appropriation that Stephanie Meyer did.
Yeah, let's just talk about Steph Dawson's crappy career.
It looks like she has done quite a lot of work.
A lot of film. A lot of film.
Her first movie was called Gestation.
I can't say I've heard of any of these other than the Hunger Games.
I think a lot of them are probably Australian.
But they don't even have Wikipedia pages. Even if they were like big Australian films, wouldn't they have a Wikipedia page? Guardians of the Tomb. That's Australian. Australian Chinese science fiction horror thriller film. We need to stop what we're doing and watch this.
I'm down.
How is it Australian and Chinese?
I think there's a big, like, East Asian population in Australia.
Yeah, so I think it's in Chinese, but it, was an Australian movie.
I could argue that half of, like, American blockbusters are also, like, American Chinese.
Okay, argue that, please.
Like, a lot of, like, the big blockbuster Hollywood movies, they pack them full of, like, references for Chinese people and for Chinese audiences because they know that they're going to do really well in China. Like, the Transformers movies.
Well, this one's actually, like, in Chinese. But I digress. This is not what we were...
That's not what we came here to talk about.
Back to Steph. Well, here's her cute little picture delivering a PSA for World Vision.
Well, she was born in Canberra and attended the Canberra Girls Grammar School. She went to Radford College and Screenwise Film and TV School. She also studied theater and opera at the University of Wollongong.
She's got a good little list of lead role. I'd say she's like success level a dentist.
A dentist.
Yeah.
As successful as a dentist.
Like wealth.
I think a dentist is better off than her.
Really?
It says $100,000 to $1 million approximate.
Ooh, the top 10 richest dentists in the world.
Oh my god.
This is dentalorg.com. Top 10 insanely rich dentists. These are probably like cosmetic dentists. Where's the list? Oh, number 1. Dr. Herman Ostro. Would you believe when I say this man donated $35 million to the college where he learned dentistry? $35 million! Oh my god, this article is hilarious. I don't think anyone's ever read it before.
I would believe it because that school is the School of Dentistry at USC, which is like the biggest dentistry school.
That he is a lifelong resident of Los Angeles. He was born in East LA.
Wow.
You could be him. Not that you were born there.
Also, he's dead.
Okay, I'm moving on from her.
Okay.
Her picture really bothers me for some reason.
Let's talk about Jade Puget.
Sounds like a stripper.
It's an American musician, best known as the guitarist for AFI.
I love AFI. Whoa. Okay, sorry. Did you know that Jade was born in Ukiah? Or Santa Rosa? It's unclear. Okay. It says he was born in Santa Rosa, and then it says his origin is Ukiah. So maybe that's where he, like, grew up.
Probably.
I had no idea. And I, like, grew up in Napa listening to AFI, and I had no idea that the guitarist was local. Wow.
I can't say that I was really a big listener of AFI. I think I know, like, one of their songs.
Miss Murder.
That's the one. Well, Puget is a vegetarian and straight edge.
Is he still straight edge, though? Because that was, like, not cool for a long time.
Wikipedia says is.
He also played in Loose Change, Redemption 87, which sounds really familiar. So is he not still in AFI?
I don't know if AFI is still around.
Are they not? Spotify.
AFI was a band from Ukiah, California, formed in 1991.
AFI was not from Ukiah. Were they really? All of them
That's
were?
What...
How did I not know that?
It says the origin is Ukiah.
Oh, that drives me crazy. They released a single in 2021, but they hadn't released a single since that December Underground, or an album since that December Underground album, which was in 2006, which is probably the only AFI album I know.
I think the reason you probably didn't know that is because they grew in the early 90s, and then they were probably already big.
I just lied to you. They've been releasing albums since then. They have a 2017, 2013.
They are active. Wow.
Okay.
While still in high school, all of them formed a band. Davey, Mark, Vic. At the time, the band did not know how to play any instruments.
Off to a strong start.
They left Ukiah when they went to different colleges, one of which was UC Berkeley, where members of the band lived and practiced.
Oh my god!
In the basement,
have so many connections
of Delta Chi frat house on Channing Way.
I'm so excited right now. On Channing. I didn't live on Channing.
And then they all got back together. They had a positive experience with an enthusiastic crowd response at the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma.
Oh my, go figure. Would you like to hear about Jade's tattoos?
Yes, please.
He has various tattoos, including an 18, which was originally a 13.
Why?
Love to hear that story. A cat jumping through a 9, a tattoo he shares with Nick 13 of Tiger Army in Davey Havoc, and the word committed arched across his stomach. I love stomach tattoos. Aren't they the best? On his arms, he has the words, "Boys don't cry," and the words, "Love will tear us apart."
I personally love that he also has the word paprika.
The nickname of his wife.
Yeah, dish like Raven in the Dr. Dolittle movie.
What are you talking about? Yeah, see, I watched MTV, not lame-ass movies.
I'll have you know.
I actually love Eddie Murphy, though. No, I totally watched it. I just don't remember it.
His daughter, Raven Simone, but she was just going by Raven at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what her real name was, but the Eddie Murphy's like, blah, 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 get over here. And she's like, my name is Paprika.
That was actually her name.
Her name wasn't actually Paprika.
Oh, that's what she wanted to be called.
Yeah, just like this guy's wife.
Did she say it like that, or is that just you? Because the word is paprika.
What do I say?
It's not a pup. It's not a puppy.
Paprika.
It's a pap.
Paprika.
Paprika. I'm looking it up.
It probably is paprika. My mom pronounces everything wrong, so I pronounce everything wrong. For the longest time, I thought it was focaccia.
Focaccia?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Did he suffer like burns to his face or so? It
I
looks
don't know.
like he's
I was
had
just looking
facial
at that.
reconstruction. Like he has scars going down the sides of
Both
his face.
sides?
Yeah. Do you think he has someone else's face? That definitely, it would have been on his Wikipedia if he had someone else's face, right?
Let me see. It says he does not have 2 scars on his face. Those are actually his sideburns, which he shaves into thin lines. They are not scars. They are sideburns that are really thin. People nicknamed them Jade Burns.
I hate everything about that. It is awful.
Look at every single picture.
I think we've spent too long on Jay Puget. Just throwing it out there.
Okay, I'm really into this. Hit me with the next one.
Let's talk about the law of holes. The first law of holes, or the law of holes, is an adage which states, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Digging a hole makes it deeper, and therefore harder to get out of, which is used as a metaphor that when in untenable position, it is best to stop carrying on and exacerbating the situation.
Wow, I did not expect to learn a life lesson tonight.
Who knew that Wikipedia also had adages?
Question, were you allowed to watch Holes?
Holes is a great movie.
Okay, so this is just the law of if you're... Okay.
If you're in a hole, stop digging. The adage has been attributed to a number of sources, appeared in print in the Washington Post in 1911, in the form, quote, nor would a wise man, seeing that he was in a hole, go to work and blindly dig it deeper.
This is a Wikipedia page that didn't need to be written.
90% of Wikipedia pages probably didn't need to be written.
But I like the picture, the excavator falling into the hole. An excavator that is in a hole and has stopped digging.
It has stopped digging. See? Even the excavator knows.
Deep.
I'm going to bring this up in my daily life.
Whenever you're in a bad situation, just stop.
Oh, I meant
about the law of holes.
Whenever I find myself in a hole. Let's talk about hiring and mop fairs.
Wow, this is a dense article. Okay, that makes sense. It's a job fair. Regular events in pre-modern Great Britain and Ireland where laborers were hired for fixed terms. Oh, and here's a picture of them. 3 laborers with spades at an Irish hiring fair.
And that's facts. F-A-C-K-S.
They got their shovels, ready to go to work.
They got their facts.
Their spades.
They're ready to go and fack.
Oh, and they still do it?
They still fack?
Well, they still fack. People still fack. But they still have mop fairs.
Hiring fairs continued well into the 20th century, up to the Second World War in some places, but their function as employment exchanges was diminished by the Corn Production Act of 1917.
Of course, that pesky Corn Production Act.
The legislation guaranteed minimum prices for wheat and oats, specified a minimum wage for agricultural workers, and established the Agricultural Wages Board to ensure stability for farmers and a share of the stability for agricultural workers.
Right, just to pay farmers.
And so like farmers are like, if I grow corn, the government will give me money. So instead of growing other food, which is useful for people, they just grow corn.
Yeah, just like a ridiculous amount of corn.
Just to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They would work from October to October. So it was probably like a seasonal thing then. Like in October, they would have their mop fairs. At the end of the employment, they would attend the mop fair dressed in their Sunday best clothes and carrying an item signifying their trade. That's where the facts come in. A servant with no particular skills would carry a mop head. I can do nothing but mop.
Clever, actually.
The tassel worn on their lapel was the emblem of the employee's trade and was known as a mop. That's confusing.
I'm going to stop you right there. Because you were making fun of me for paprika, but you called it a lapel. So...
Lapel? I always say lapel in my mind.
I think lapel is worth than paprika.
Okay, I'll give you that. Since you're clearly so good at pronouncing English words.
God damn it. I need this.
Yeah, I always say label, and I like work with clothes, and I always in my mind say label.
It does look like label. In the fourth grade
label.
spelling bee, I spelled shingle EL, like shingel. It's so confusing. Yeah. What's wrong with the English language?
That's not
and
confusing.
The entire student body laughed at me. Okay, they didn't laugh, but they were there.
They were there, not caring.
Yeah, and I spelled shingle wrong. The mop fair. So yeah, that's actually pretty funny. That's called that because you just come in with a mop because you literally don't know how to do anything else.
Everyone starts with a mop.
That
on their label.
You should. So you should get that on a throw pillow. Everyone starts with a mop.
We all start with a mop.
Everyone is born with a mop in hand.
Employers would go among them, which would be the people looking for work, discussing experience and terms. And once agreement was reached, the employer would give the employee a small token of money known as the fasten penny, usually a shilling, which fastened the contract for a year. Oh, the employee would then, this is so symbolic, would then remove the item signifying their trade and wear bright ribbons to indicate they had been hired.
That's awesome.
Why wouldn't you just leave? Like, why do you have to stay there and wear your ribbons? Just to rub it in everyone's face that you have your shilling in your pocket?
You gotta flaunt it. Some towns still hold mops. The following towns have a history of holding mops and still hold one each year on or around Michaelmas Day. It's like Christmas, but for Michael's. Michaelmas.
Oh, it says right here, typically take over the entire town center for 2 days, attracting thousands of visitors. Many of the rides at the mop are fast, brightly lit. So it's like a fair.
Just a little fun street fair.
That's cute. That's a fun little tradition.
I support labor, so, you know.
I support hiring.
I support labor. I support facking. I love it all. Let's move on.
Let's talk about Bennifer Lopez filmography.
It's not even, like, possessive. Yeah, like, it's not Bennifer Lopez's filmography. It's like, this is an institution. This is Bennifer Lopez filmography.
Exactly. She doesn't even have anything to do with it other than the fact that she shows up to film once in a while.
The only one that I know that she's been in is that weird rom-com where, like, she has a big butt and she's a maid.
That's exactly... Maid in Manhattan. Something like that, right?
I think that... Yeah, that's exactly
Something
it.
Manhattan.
Yeah, Maid in Manhattan.
That was with... Wasn't it Ben Affleck in that one or no?
I was going to say, like, Owen Wilson or something.
No, it wasn't Owen
Wilson. Wasn't it...
Okay,
Not who you think it is. It
really?
It's, imagine the complete opposite of Ben Affleck. Well, not like... It's still a white guy. But
oh, I was gonna say Eddie Murphy.
Literally Voldemort. Ralph Fiennes.
What? I don't remember this.
You don't consider Ralph Fiennes the leading man in a romantic comedy? Where?
Okay, wait. What year was this?
2002.
Dude, you can't just make a rom-com with Voldemort. What the?
I also thought it was just some, like, good old East Coast white boy.
Yeah, why did I think that was, like, a normal person? Wow, weird. Okay, let's see, because I cannot think of another film that J-Lo has been in.
She's been in plenty.
Yeah, but I can't... Oh, she was in Ants.
Oh.
Oh, The Wedding Planner. That was a big one.
I've never...
That one was with... Matthew McConaughey. That's why you thought Owen Wilson.
You're right.
They're basically the same person.
Yeah. He's just a little bit taller. I mean, she's... Like, all the movies, those rom-coms she's been... It's this... I've never seen any of them, but the posters are, like, all the same. I guess that's every rom-com.
Yeah, that's everyone. Monster-in-Law.
She's one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood.
Dude, none of these are even good. How?
She's the highest paid actress of Latin descent. She's making up to $20 million per film role.
Jeez.
The richest actress in Hollywood with an estimated net worth of $400 million.
Wait, did you just say she's the richest actress in Hollywood? Okay, I'm fact checking.
Pardon my ignorance. What did she do again? What is she famous for?
She was a singer first.
Okay.
I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I was young when she was up and coming, so I could have like not known. But it does look like, yeah, look, her television roles, even her film roles, they start from 1986, 1993, 1995. So, and then she's got 62 episodes of In Living Color from 91 to 93. So she must have started as an actress, which I had no idea.
She's 51.
Okay.
Wow.
J-Lo isn't even on the list
of richest actresses.
Yeah. There's Dina Merrill, which I see a picture of her and I don't know who she is still. Jamie Gertz, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Why are they one person? They're under one $500 million net worth. Are they a single person now?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually one person this whole time. Just getting paid
Very
for
true.
2 roles.
No, they look a lot different now because one of them, have you seen them lately?
Yeah, I think one of them has like an eating disorder or something.
Yeah, one of them is rough looking. Jessica Alba, who sucks. Julia Roberts, who's amazing.
I feel like your list is also old. Jessica Alba hasn't been anything.
Who's the richest actress in 2021? Sandra Bullock is amazing. I love her. Jennifer Aniston.
Should we move on? Let's talk about the 4-minute mile. A 4-minute mile is the completion of a mile run, 1.6 kilometers, in 4 minutes or less.
That is insane.
Honestly, didn't even realize that it was broken yet, but apparently it was.
I run a 9-minute mile and it hurts. It hurts.
I think the fastest I've ever done is like close to breaking 7, like 7:0 something.
I would need like 3 weeks to recover from that.
Well, Roger Bannister in 1954, he was the first guy to break it. Age 25, 3 minutes, 59 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
Apparently, the 4-minute barrier has been broken by over 1,400 athletes.
So it's not really that hard to do.
1,400 athletes? How many people have existed in the world? How many billions?
How many people have been serious about running or like being athletic?
I mean, I guess so. That's true. You know, the greatest basketball player in the world, we don't know who they are because they're probably in like an island off the coast of Sri Lanka, you know?
So this is a lot of text for talking about a 4-minute mile.
I mean, it's pretty exciting.
Is it though?
I'm excited.
I'm excited at the pictures. I'll just watch the pictures.
Watch them. They might move. So yeah, that guy, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile in 1954.
Damn, no woman has yet run a 4-minute mile. As of 2019, the women's record is held by Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands with a time of 4:12.33. That sucks.
Still insane. 4:12.
I would just drop dead at the end of it. No, you know what would happen is, because this happens when I run like 9, I feel like my legs are floating and I know if I keep at it, I'm just going to trip and fall on my face. You know that feeling when you're running so fast and your legs are just like in the air?
Yeah, your legs are like starting to go behind you and your torso starts to go forward.
And you're like, no, this is not going to end well.
So the youngest runner to ever run a 4-minute mile is Norwegian runner, probably Jakob Ingebrigtsen, who ran 3:58 in 2017. He was 16 years old. He was
16 years and 250 days old.
Oh, you're right. Okay, it's not as impressive anymore.
That's almost 17.
Basically. So there's been a number of claims of people who have claimed to have beaten the 4-minute mile before Bannister. In 1770, James Perrott, Perot.
Why are these claims? Why don't we believe him?
So some contend the first successful 4-minute mile was run by James Perrot on 9th of May, 1770. He ran the 1 mile west-east. Timing methods at this time were, after the inventions of the chronometer by John Harrison, accurate enough to measure the 4 minutes correctly, and sporting authorities at the time accepted the claim as genuine, but apparently they didn't.
They say it has an 11-foot downward fall, so maybe that's why they don't really believe it or count it.
Downhill.
A tiny bit. I mean, 11 feet. I guess over a mile. No, that's not a lot. 11 feet over a mile.
Doesn't count.
Like minuscule.
1796, Sporting Magazine reported that a young man called Weller, no last name, who was one of three brothers, undertook for a wager of 3 guineas to run 1 mile.
Are those guinea pigs? Just curious.
Probably. I assume so. To run 1 mile on the Banbury Road.
It's a coin.
He performed 2 seconds within the time. And then the 1920s also reputed that Glenn Cunningham achieved 4-minute mile in a workout in the 1920s. In addition to being unsubstantiated, a workout run would not count as a record. He was just like, oh yeah, I just jogged a 4-minute mile, no big deal. I mean, how fast is that? Because, 4 minutes, that's a minute per lap around the track, right?
That doesn't seem... I mean, it's fast, but it doesn't seem, unreal.
Very fast. Because, not trying to flex, but, I ran track in high school, and I never broke 1 minute sprinting 1 lap.
Right. How many miles per hour is it?
That's basic math that I can do.
But you're not going to. 4 minute mile mph.
Hold on, I can do the math. Wait, don't tell me. Okay, if you run 1 mile in 4 minutes, how many miles per hour? So it's 4 times 60, so 240.
60
You're running 240 miles per hour.
You got it. It would be 15 miles per hour.
The math seems off. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's not right. Let's move on.
Let's talk about I killed my lesbian wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a 3-picture deal at Disney.
Question. Mm-hmm. Can we not talk about this one? I don't want nightmares.
It's a film directed by Ben Affleck.
What?
A short satirical film from 1993. It's Affleck's
93?
First directorial debut.
Oh, how old was he? 19?
Honestly, maybe.
A cocky director named Richie Deaton is casting the lead actress for his first feature film. He discusses the process with his off-screen wife, becoming increasingly angry as he speaks. The wife is apparently becoming angry. Who wrote this? This is already garbage.
He becomes angry.
Oh, he becomes angry as he speaks.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. The director has selected Sandy, a young actress who is under the bed for some reason, and will finalize the deal in an upcoming meeting. Meanwhile, Sandy's roommate refuses to let her into their house as Sandy has failed to pay back a loan. After convincing her roommate that she will pay her back once she gets the part, Sandy enters the house where she has a phone conversation with her controlling and unsupportive mother. It is revealed that the director's wife is gagged and tied to a meat hook in their living room. The director, a violent misogynist, feels disgraced by his wife's lesbianism. He praises Sandy's qualities, then kills his wife with an axe. The director continues in his diatribe, that he will invite Sandy to stay in the house with him while they make the film. I have no idea what I just read.
You can watch this film on YouTube right now. It's 15 minutes long.
Well, it's 16 minutes long.
I'm skimming through it right now. It looks very bad. Ben Affleck looks like he was 20 years old when he directed it.
Is he in it?
Doesn't look like it. The film has received generally negative reviews.
Uh-huh. Obviously.
In 2010, Affleck disowned the film, saying it's horrible, it's atrocious. I knew I wanted to be a director. I did a couple of short films, and this is the only one that haunts me. Not proud of it. It looks like it was made by someone who has no prospects, no promise. So basically, he did a crappy student film, and that's what this is.
Nobody thinks he has any prospects in the first place. He's flattering himself. Have you seen his tattoo on his back?
I have not. I don't know if I want to.
He's got a big eagle or something across his back.
He just eats Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my god. I think it's a phoenix.
Sounds about right. It was absolutely a drunken or drug-fueled thing.
Could it have been? Because that looks like it took
that takes
days.
A long time.
That's
huge. And it wouldn't be done all at once. He'd have to, it's colored, right? He'd have to go back for the color. I don't know. Maybe it was a bender.
I mean, it's not like the greatest tattoo in the world, but it's not bad.
Oh my god, I don't remember it being this elaborate. Oh, he's got a tramp stamp too.
Let's talk about the consumption of Tide Pods.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
The consumption of Tide Pods is the act of ingesting laundry detergent pod Tide Pods. Produced under Procter & Gamble's Tide brand name, it's literally just detergent, which if you ingest it, will kill you.
Wait, it really will just kill you?
It like burns holes in your esophagus and stuff. Like, do not ingest detergent. Detergent will kill you.
I didn't know that. I mean, not that I would ever swallow it, but there have been pictures of me pretending to eat Tide Pods.
I love the inactive voice there. Like, there have been pictures of me.
I don't know where they are now, but I know I'm curious, like, where did this even start? It says in early 2018, media publications noted that shortly after the product's introduction, the consumption of Tide Pods became a topic of discussion on the internet. Ultimately, eating Tide Pods became a meme, with its origins being credited to a 2013 thread on the Straight Dope Online and a 2015 article from The Onion. Oh, leave it to The Onion.
I love The Onion.
The Onion would start this. They would. Mashable quoted an instance of a tweet regarding this topic from 2012. Quote, "Why does a Tide Pod look so good to eat?" It doesn't. They don't look good to me.
I think it's like when you're holding it and you can like feel the squish on it.
And it's like mushy.
It feels like a very thin gusher.
I'm like staring at the picture of it and I can see wanting to put it in your mouth, but I don't think I would want to eat it.
Biting it. Not like swallowing, but just like the bite to get it
just
to
like
explode.
Biting it would be nice.
In the following years, eating Tide Pods became a popular joke online.
How much money did Tide make off of this, though? They were stoked.
So much.
People are buying them just to like take pictures with them. A thread posted on Reddit's Intrusive Thoughts subreddit titled, "Bite into one of those Tide Pods, do it."
Well, there's a whole section called the Tide Pod Challenge. During the first few weeks of 2018, following the meme's surge in popularity, media publications started reporting about teenagers participating in the Tide Pod Challenge.
Once it's a challenge, shit gets real, okay? I just want to note that I love memes and The Onion and stuff like that, and I love that many posts refer to the pods as a forbidden fruit. Because I feel that.
It's just so succulent.
Oh, so a spokesperson from Procter & Gamble was quoted in BuzzFeed News. "Nothing is more important to us than the safety of the people who use our products. They say it shouldn't be played with, even if it's meant as a joke." Are you sure I shouldn't buy a pack of them just as a joke? Are you sure, Tide? I think you'd like me to do that.
Anne-Marie Bierkel from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission went on Good Morning America and commented on the meme saying, "Teens trying to be funny are now putting themselves in danger by ingesting this poisonous substance."
Oh, geez. Under the sea also, Benadryl challenge.
Ooh, I've never heard of this one.
Let's not worry about Tide Pods. Let's worry about kids doing the Benadryl challenge.
I love a good Benny nap.
A good Benny nap. I hate that Benadryl because, like, I just hate how it feels to be, like, so tired that you can't even stay awake.
But man, does it cure allergies by making you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's it. It's just, like, you're not going to suffer if you're not conscious.
Benadryl can solve a lot of problems.
Well, that's the Tide Pod Challenge.
And that's gonna do it for us tonight. I don't have a sign-off. What's our sign-off gonna be? I don't know.
That was beautiful.
Was it? Oh.